Hello ladies and gentlemen, the final episode of Season 3 is here with our Aston Martin save. Now, just to put you in the know a little bit, there have been some rumours and there's been some contact with a certain team in Italy about us moving there as team principal, but we're not going to get into that before this race. It all comes down to this. We have got an outside chance and a very outside chance of winning the Constructors title. If you didn't watch the last episode on Tuesday, I normally say go back and watch it, but I didn't enjoy it. I'm sure you guys didn't. Watching the capitulation that we had. The one positive was that Fernando Alonso finished P8 and got some points. The team from Italy is actually on that screen there, but that's just a little giveaway. So, what does it all mean? We come down to the final race of the season. We've got to remember where we've came from here. We were down here in the first season. Second season we've been around here, and now we're in P3 in the Constructors. We're not going to get beat by Mercedes. We've got a chance of beating a certain Italian team in the Constructors standings. I think if you offered me P2 now, I would take it. Driver standings wise, Max Verstappen, congratulations to him. He has won his driver's title this time round before he gets to Yas Marina, so we're not going to have no one racing lap things going on for Max Verstappen, who, to be fair, has been absolutely sublime. 11 wins and 16 podiums so far this season. So, what else we want to have a look at? Let's just have a look at the car analysis, because we've been up in the sort of 4th and 5th best cars for most of the season. We've been up in the top 2 or 3 teams, as you can see from the Constructors. We've just had a suspension upgrade go on, which has meant that we're going to be going into this race with the 5th best car really in the medium and high speed. The 10th just relates to the one car, so we're very much in the mix. Are we going to be able to do much? I don't know, because what we have had to do is take engine penalties. So just to make it really, really difficult for ourselves, we're going to have to go from last to first comfortably to win this title. I'm going to get through practice now. We're going to get to qualifying. As we know, the Yas Marina circuit, expect a strategy. You can do a 1 or a 2 stop round here. It does differ. Car attributes, top speed, low speed and medium speed cornering. We may have a good chance of picking up some decent points. It's just a shame that we've got these grid penalties. But let's get to it. We might as well just enjoy it here. This may be our last race at Aston Martin. So let's get to the weekend, and I'll see you in qualifying for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
We're at Yas Island in Abu Dhabi for the Formula 1 Grand Prix. The Yas Marina circuit was completed in 2009, and we've seen a fair share of celebration and commiseration over the years since then. The scenery may be spectacular, but this weekend, all eyes will be on the track. There's a reason why the Yas Marina circuit is used as a test track. The long straights put engine power through its paces, while the twists and bends make medium speed downforce just as important at this challenging circuit. With the season nearly concluded, time is running out for the teams. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. So, without further ado, let's get started.
This is it then, final laps in qualifying for this season, and Fernando Alonso and Gasly have been quick all weekend. We experienced quite a bit of traffic on his first run. Alonso is green through the second sector, both guys yellow through the first. Fernando Alonso, we've been around the top 3 all weekend. We've only got a 10-place grid penalty as well, so it's not going to be quite as bad as we feared. We were able to salvage the gearbox, so we were okay with that. Fernando Alonso coming up to the line, crosses the line, stays, he goes P5, so it's all on what Pierre Gasly can do as he comes round the final corner. Pierre Gasly, one of the last men to finish in this qualifying session. Pierre Gasly goes P4 ahead of Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Only Magnussen left to finish. Guan Yu Zhou and Hamilton up there again, but Verstappen, my word, he's relentless. He's on pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix along with Charles Leclerc, but Perez, Gasly, Alonso, Bottas, Magnussen and Zhou have all got engine penalties. So we'll have a look at what we're going to do with the strategy. Right then, so we are P9 and P11. We are going to split the strategies a little bit. Fernando Alonso is going to go longer on the early stint, then go on to the hard, then the medium, Pierre Gasly is going to go medium, medium hard, but we may change this as we go through the race. So P9, P11, a lot of work to do, but stranger things have happened here in Abu Dhabi. Let's get to 5 red lights for the final race of the season.
Anything could happen. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and straight away we're going to be riding on board with Pierre Gasly. Let's have a look at what we've got in front of us. So we've got Lando Norris, who's on the soft compound tyre, Bottas, Russell, Hamilton on the softs as well, Perez in P4, Sainz P3, Leclerc. The two Ferraris really going at it, looking resplendent, the two Ferraris, but it's Max Verstappen, as per usual, who is leading away. Gasly and Alonso managing to keep positions early goals. Fernando Alonso battling with Guan Yu Zhou at this moment in time. Alonso, though, did manage to get past Alexander Albon as well. So, as it stands, Verstappen from Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Bottas, Norris, Gasly in P9 and Guan Yu Zhou in P10. We are going to be doing the two-stop. It'll be interesting to see. Hamilton, Russell and Norris obviously committing to the two-stop. If we have a look at the reports, the pre-race reports and the expected strategies, we are expecting the one-stoppers to be coming in around lap 23, whereas if they come around lap 20, we can expect a two-stop. Fernando Alonso is up one position, got the move done on Guan Yu Zhou, and you can see his teammate now, Pierre Gasly, in front of him. Alonso and Gasly were quite an aggressive shot back across the young Chinese driver, but Fernando Alonso, great work from him. We're now looking at Pierre Gasly to see if he can get past Lando Norris, but on these soft compound tyres we may just have to buy our time a little bit. Is there going to be any safety cars here? We know there can be from real life as well. So P9 and P10 and Fernando Alonso, current fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton has been a pain in the arse, but we've finally managed to get past him. Fernando Alonso, who's overtaking Gasly. Alonso showing he's got all the pace this weekend. Alonso's also out of contract at Aston Martin at the end of this season. Maybe he's just thought, do you know what, bugger it, I'm going to enjoy it in my last race. We enjoyed that in the Aston Martin garage. It's been a pleasure to watch so far, our two drivers going at it. And Fernando Alonso has overtaken Lewis Hamilton, and I'm sure will be on the back of Lando Norris very shortly. Pierre Gasly is the man who now can attack Lewis Hamilton, but he's going to have a more difficult job as he's got to deal with the Lewis Hamilton getting the DRS of Fernando Alonso. Lap 13. And on lap 14, Pierre Gasly makes the move that Fernando Alonso's made. He's got past Lewis Hamilton, beautifully done by Pierre, cuts across him. Didn't take and just cut the corner like certain other drivers tend to do, but Pierre Gasly, great work from him. We're up to P8 and P9 now. We are looking at his first pit stops very shortly as well, so things to consider. Lap 14, the soft compound runners are not coming yet, neither have we. Lap 14, Fernando Alonso is doing absolute bits, and now he's caught up these two Mercedes in front of him. We're going to remember be pitting on to the medium compound tyre, so Fernando Alonso doing really, really well so far, up to P7. It's great work from our guys. The problem we've got is at the front, Verstappen and Perez look like they've got it covered off. It's two Red Bulls from two Ferraris. This is not what we wanted to see at this moment in time. Gasly's pushing at the moment, trying to get in. Russell and Norris, the first pit stops are in on lap 16, and it's optimal pit lap now for Fernando Alonso. Right, Fernando Alonso has just got past Valtteri Bottas, and then he's going to be coming in on this lap. Now, he's in P5 at the moment. He's had a great race so far. It's all going to be about where Fernando comes out here. This was the pit stop lap for Fernando. We knew this at the start of the race, and he is going to be coming in for his pit stop. We've left Pierre Gasly out. He's going to get DRS off Valtteri Bottas for the next couple of laps, so that's going to be ideal for him. And let's see where he comes right here. He's obviously going to be on a fresh set of medium compound tyres as well. He's going to be quick when he comes off of this pit stop, but what can he gain? We're looking at the two guys at the front and seeing what we can possibly gain. It's not a bad stop either, 2.4 seconds from the pit stop guys. Great work from them. Where is Fernando Alonso going to come out here? That is the key. As we look on track, Latifi's coming round. Fernando Alonso is coming out. He's got a gaggle of cars that he's got to get past here. And Fernando Alonso, I mean, we've done it. By the skin of our teeth, we've done it. Fernando Alonso out on the fresh medium tyres, and all the guys in front of him are yet to pit, including Pierre Gasly. who is going to have to be coming out in front of him on this next lap. So we're going to now push Pierre, tell him to push on the tyres and really go for it here. And hopefully we can do the same with Pierre Gasly. Lap 18, Gasly in the box. Bottas staying out. There's a couple of guys now we're expecting to be going on to 2 stops, but Gasly's in. Can we have another good pit stop from Pierre? Did he have a good in-lap? It's a slightly quicker pit stop from Pierre Gasly. Where is Fernando Alonso? Fernando Alonso down in P11. Where's Gasly going to come out here? He's coming under the tunnel. He was a little bit further back. Is he going to get out in front of this gaggle of cars again? It's going to be close. But Pierre Gasly, do you know what? As far as first round of pit stops goes, I think we can be very, very happy with that. And straight away, he's going to be on the back of Nicholas Latifi. I'm sure when we tell him to overtake down this next straight on these tyres, which we will do, he's using the ERS. He's going to get the DRS as well. Can Pierre Gasly get past Nicholas Latifi? Do you know what? He goes past him like he's not even there. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso battling with a couple of cars. Oh my word, Fernando. It's 3 wide down this section. He's going to get the DRS, I believe, as well, is he? Is Fernando going to get DRS? He isn't, but I think he's got the pace to get past these two. Beautiful work from him. We saw Gasly overtake Latifi, and then Alonso overtake Ricciardo, and I think we might have another watch of that, if I'm honest. We're going to have another watch of Fernando Alonso. He squeezes Ricciardo in, gets the inside line, then gets a great exit, and Fernando Alonso on these medium compounded tyres doing absolute bits. Up to P8. Gasly's the next man that's got to get past these cars. Lap 19. Fernando Alonso is absolutely cooking on gas. 1:28.8 for Fernando, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And if we look at the gap to the leaders now, gap to the leader 26 seconds. Let's have a quick look at the pre-race report. Time considerations, 23 seconds is the pit stop gap. So Fernando Alonso at this moment in time doing great work and closing the gap all the time. Lap 22, Max Verstappen is in from the lead of the Grand Prix. Now this is going to be very, very interesting. Where is he going to come out in relation to Fernando Alonso? Max Verstappen is 1 stop in from mediums on to hards. Let's have a look where he comes out. Bottas is in, Zhou's in. Perez came out about 5 seconds in front of Fernando Alonso, interestingly. Pierre Gasly had a little bit of traffic to contend. We didn't quite get past that gaggle of cars as quickly as Fernando did. We can see Perez past there. Perez is through. Where is Fernando Alonso? Let's have a quick look. He's a further 4 seconds back. But Pierre Gasly has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Our guys are flying this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to watch them after that disaster in Brazil. Both cars doing really, really well. The only issue we've got is we've got Ferraris and Red Bulls sat in front of us. Lap 23. And then it just got a little bit more tasty. Fernando Alonso is on the back of Carlos Sainz, who's just come out of the pits. Lap 25, Fernando Alonso. We're going to cause some grief now. We're going to be battling with Carlos Sainz all the way home, I hope. We've obviously still got another pit stop to make. We're very aware of that. But we're going to have the fresher, faster tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. The guys at the front all look like they're doing 1 stop. So 2 stops we feel is the optimum. And to be fair for Fernando, he's doing a cracking job here. But Carlos Sainz is going to get DRS down this straight. Pierre Gasly's the interesting one now. What could he do to close the gap? I don't believe this too much. We're going to have a look at the undercut for Pierre Gasly maybe. But at this moment, he's doing a better job with his tyres. He's not battling, obviously, like Fernando Alonso is. But if any mistakes happen, if a safety car happens, we are in a very, very strong position here with our guys. Lap 25. Okay, there's a real ding-dong battle going on here with Carlos Sainz and Fernando Alonso. Fernando's obviously on that faster medium compounded tyre, but they're hot. They are starting to wear out a little bit, but Carlos Sainz back past him. They're exchanging with DRS. We don't mind this at all. At the moment, though, Fernando Alonso's back in front, back up in P4. Gasly down in P6. I still think Gasly's going to have an important part to play here. And if we have a look at the constructors' standings, as things stand, Ferrari would beat us, but it's not over yet. Red Bull look like they've got it in the bag. Let's not get away from that, but there's still a long way to go here. Oh, and then this happens. And it's a safety car. It's a safety car. And Pierre Gasly's coming in. And Fernando Alonso, for all the work that he's been doing, and it's been fantastic work, he's just done this.
So this was the Aston Martin.
And this is why we're getting very, very frustrated with certain things happening. We can talk about the brake
crash.
cooling, but experienced drivers, we weren't having a lot of this at the start of this season. There's a safety car out, and Pierre Gasly, now, this is the interesting one. The guys in front have made their pit stops. Is it going to be one last Fernando Alonso? He was out of contract. Is he going to end on a retirement? But Pierre Gasly, let's just get him round to the pit stops. Let's get him fast forwarded round, which we will do now. Let's see if anybody else jumps in. They don't. Gasly does. He loses a few positions. He does lose a few positions, but he gets a free pit stop, which is absolutely brilliant for him. We can now tell him to conserve on everything. And I reckon, in my infinite wisdom, that by the end of this race, Pierre Gasly is going to be back up there. I'm really, really hoping he will be. Lap 31 will come back when we're back to green flag running. So here we go then, back to green flag running. Verstappen and Perez will lead us away. The two Red Bulls. Then it's Leclerc, Sainz, Bottas, Joe, Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Ocon, and then the Gazman, who all our hopes now rest on. I can't see us winning this. I really hope we can. We've got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in front of us pitting. Maybe Guan Yu Zhou can go to the end. Maybe Sergio Perez can. But we're going to have the better tyre towards the end of this Grand Prix. Verstappen, decent restart from him. He's now got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. But Gasly has got to make moves as quick as he possibly can to stop these cars at the front getting away. Lap 33. And making moves. He is straight away after the restart. Esteban Ocon, goodbye my friend. He's gone, and he's now got Lewis Hamilton in the Audi to get past as well. That's the next target in 0.9 seconds, and I actually think we're going to give him a bit of overtake here, because I think Pierre Gasly could get past Lewis Hamilton pretty quickly, and he's already looking left and right to get past the British driver. Can he get past him? He can't quite get him into turn 1, turn 1, about turn 4, but let's have a look. Can he get him down this straight using that ERS? I'm conscious about the two guys at the front getting away, but he looks like straight away he's making light work of the 7-time world champion. Job done for Pierre Gasly. Great work by him. And now he's on the back of Lando Norris in the Marlboro McLaren.
Now look at
Do you know sometimes Gasly's capable of these drives, and he's now got past George Russell, he got past Lando Norris, and he's now past George Russell, and he's now closing up to the next pack of cars, which is Guan Yu Zhou, then Bottas. He gets up to this next gaggle of cars. I fancy him. I fancy him to win it. I really, really do. But he's got 3 seconds, the gap he's got to make up. We're going to deploy ERS. We're going to push on the fuel. We've got a yellow in sector 3. Are we going to see another safety car? Doesn't look like we are. So now the time is to close this gap as quickly as he possibly can. And it's Lewis Hamilton who's ran wide. Let's have a quick look at this. In sector 3, it's not a major. And to be fair to him, he didn't rejoin when he possibly could have and cause an accident. But Gasly now, time to hammer time, to use Bono's phrase, and catch up to this next gaggle of cars. Lap 38, part of the job is done. New fastest lap, 1:26.5 for Pierre Gasly. If he can catch Guan Yu Zhou, we've got half a chance. Perez is now in third. Verstappen behind Charles Leclerc, who's now leading the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Is Gasly going to have a say in this at the end? Who knows? But if we're really looking good here. Are the guys at the front going to stop again? I don't believe their tyres are going to be dead by the end. Ours, not so much. We've got 20 laps to go, and Gasly is on the flyer. And possibly the worst thing that could have happened has just happened. We've got a safety car here. Now it's going to be interesting to see if the guys at the front are going to pit. We're going to have a look at the Mercedes here. He locks up that front right and bang it into the wall. That's the Mercedes done with. Now, are the guys at the front going to pit? I'm looking at you, Max Verstappen. Will you come in for a set of medium compound tyres? Any of these guys at the front, let's have a look, because we simply haven't got the tyres. We haven't got any that will go to the end, and they've all carried on. They've all carried on. If I was in their position, I think I would have boxed for mediums if I'd got a spare set. But now Gasly, let's have a look. Russell, Norris, Ocon, there's a few guys that are boxing. But tyre wear wise, we're going to be well in this now. We'll come back when we're back to green flag running. This could be one of the most interesting ends to a Grand Prix we've seen in 3 seasons, because Charles Leclerc is just leading us away from Verstappen, Perez, Sainz. Guan Yu Zhou still out there as well. 67% tyres. I'm wondering whether a couple of these guys might pit, you know. But the interesting thing about all this is, at the back now, we've got a lot of decent cars. We've got Russell, Norris, Ocon, Stroll and Albon, all on medium compound tyres. These guys are going to be rapid for the last 20 laps. Meanwhile, the guys at the front are sort of trying to hold on. Gasly's somewhere in the middle. So Gasly's got to get past Guan Yu Zhou as quick as he possibly can. And then it's time to attack the Ferraris and the Red Bulls. Why not have a fantastic finale to the end of this season? And I think Pierre Gasly will get this job done. 20 odd laps to go. What we got now? We've got 16 laps to go. Pierre Gasly, could he win it here in Yas Marina? Unfortunately, we didn't get a highlight of Pierre getting past Guan Yu Zhou, and he's had to burn a bit of battery to catch back up with the lead 4. But Pierre Gasly now is in a very, very strong position. He's pushing on the fuel, 72%, plays 60 odd percent. Anything could happen here, ladies and gentlemen. Verstappen and Leclerc still battling for the lead, as is Perez. He fancies a bit of this as well. Sainz in P4, but Pierre Gasly right up the back of Carlos Sainz. Is he going to be able to make a move? We might even harvest a little bit of VRS at some point. But Pierre Gasly, I think if he gets past Carlos Sainz, which he's looking like he's fancying, then we'll harvest a little bit of VRS and push towards the end. Remember, this will come to us. It's not the end of the world if we don't overtake now. Lap 46. I told you it would start to come to us, and Pierre Gasly made a cracking move down the inside on Carlos Sainz. Great work from him. And then he manages to get him through the final sector, and now he's on the back of the 2 Red Bulls with the fresher tyres. And by the way, they are a little bit fresher as well. If we just have a quick look on the left-hand side, 62%, place 48 and 51. We have been saving a little bit of ERS as well. So Pierre Gasly now, if he can just hold on to the back of Perez for another couple of laps, that is when we are going to start to attack. 8 laps to go here. What a finale it's been. Even if we're not going to win the Constructors, we've still got a big, big chance of pulling off a really fantastic finale for the guys here at Aston Martin. And of course you, the viewers. Pierre Gasly gets past Sergio Perez with a few laps to go. We've had to use a bit of ERS. We've had to be strategic at times to get this move done. Pierre Gasly, he's had some drives like this season. He's now on the podium, Pierre Gasly. He's got Verstappen and Leclerc in front of him. Can he manage to somehow win this Grand Prix? We've still got a little bit of ERS. We've got 5 laps to go. Tyre-wise, 53%. We've got 10% better tyres. We want to be in P2 going on to the last lap if we possibly can. Gasly can do this. Lap 54. Pierre Gasly has overtaken Charles Leclerc. It's been brilliant to watch. It really has. And as you can see, it's another lovely overtake in Sector 1. I think the tyres now are dying. He's in P2 at this moment in time. If we just slow this down a little bit, we're going to harvest a little bit of DRS on these next 2 DRS straights, and then that's when we're going to bowl. I want us to be able to bowl away when we possibly can. Let's just keep an eye on this. We're going to have a look at the tyres. 45% for Pierre Gasly. He has got the tyres on the cars in front of him and the cars around him even. So he's just harvesting the RS a little bit. We'll tell him to go neutral on this next one. We don't want Charles Leclerc getting past if we can possibly help it. And as soon as this happens, we're going to tell him to deploy, push on the fuel, push on the tyres, and go from there. Let's have a look from Pierre Gasly's point of view. He's decided he's going now. Pierre Gasly is into the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with 1 racing lap to go. We're going to come through final Sector 3 now. And now it's all about management. We're going to tell him to push on the fuel, and he's going to be told to defend on the ERS. This is the key point now. We can even go aggressive on the tyres. He's already pulled out half a second on Max Verstappen, but Verstappen could possibly get 3 bouts of DRS. But here we go, last lap, final race of the season. It's Gasly versus Verstappen for the win here in Abu Dhabi. Through Sector 1, Gasly, we didn't really want to be in front going on to this final lap, but it's all about how much Pierre Gasly can defend, how much he wants to win. We're not going to win the Constructors, we're not going to win the Drivers' title. He's been the closest challenger to Max Verstappen all season, but Pierre Gasly is now using his ERS to defend from the Dutchman. The Dutchman's already got the championship wrapped up, but he'll want to win this. And Max Verstappen's having a look down the inside of Pierre Gasly. Gasly defends through the first one. Now, will he be able to defend down this second DRS straight? This is the key. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, but Gasly does look like he's managed to do it. We're going to ride on board with Max Verstappen here as he comes down this straight. He's getting closer, 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 but it doesn't look like he's close enough. And Pierre Gasly, a man who's made some mistakes this season, but he's had a fantastic season for Aston Martin. We can't knock him at all. We know that we may not be in charge here next season. We've had phone calls from an Italian team, as we've said. But Pierre Gasly has been a joy to manage this season. If we do remain at Aston Martin, he will be our #1 driver. But Pierre Gasly, he's going to come round the final corner and win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What a performance from him. Fernando Alonso crashing out earlier. We did fight hard, and Pierre Gasly has drove wonderfully there. What a performance. Let's have a look now at the highlights, because he deserves all that. And what a performance. We're clapping here on the pit wall. We're loving it. And if that is to be our final race as Aston Martin team principal, then we've done it very, very well. Brilliant work from Pierre. Let's have a look at the celebrations. Great work from him. Sadly not for Fernando Alonso, obviously, spinning out and crashing. But yeah, let's get to the podium celebrations now, because I'm looking forward to these.
Well, this weekend, Pierre Gasly flew us to the stars. A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it. The Frenchman was in sublime form today, fully deserving of his podium finish here.
And I think we can be very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Pierre Gasly gains 8 places to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Max Verstappen 2nd, Leclerc 3rd, Perez 4th, Sainz 5th, Latifi 6th, Zhou 7th even, Russell 8th, Vettel 9th, and Lance Stroll in P10. Fastest lap as well goes to the Gasman. Driver standings wise, Max Verstappen wins it at a canter really. But 2nd place in the driver standings in an Aston Martin that weren't quite as fast as the Ferraris and the Red Bulls is a great performance from Pierre Gasly. And he's done it by 26 points in the end, so fantastic work from him. This is the big one. Constructors standings wise, we lose out to Ferrari by 7 points. But we have a look at our season. We've had 8 wins, 14 podiums, 5 fastest laps and 5 pole positions. Ferrari's only won 2 races all season, but have been more consistent. And I think we've got to be looking possibly at the brake cooling, but also some individual driver errors that's caused that. So that, my friends, rounds off another season here at Aston Martin. What the future holds, you'll find out next week. But fantastic, thank you for watching. If you've stuck with it through the whole season, I really appreciate it. We're going to try and keep it fresh, keep it exciting for you, and we'll see you for Season 4 of F1 Manager. Have a great weekend. Ta-ra.